Hi guys, it's Shipbase here, and this is this week's cruise news. The first bit of news I got for this week is that a few cruise lines have changed some of their policies in their restaurants. This is Royal Caribbean and Carnival. On Royal Caribbean, this is again on Symphony of the Seas, like I spoke about last week, which they changed their menu. So on formal nights on Royal Caribbean, they do a lobster night, and this on Wonder we had, I think I had on the table, there's two of us, we had 3 lobsters basically. But now they are charging on Symphony of the Seas, is only Symphony of the Seas, they are charging $16.99 plus 18% gratuities for your second, third lobster tail. So on other Royal Caribbean ships, it's at other holidays as well, you normally just have your lobster tail and you always just ask for just an extra one. But now Royal Caribbean on Symphony of the Seas will be charging you $16.99 and 18% gratuities for that second lobster tail, which is very interesting. And then Carnival have also changed that your third and fourth entree is going to cost you $5 per entree. So the starters and desserts, you can have as many as you want, but your first and second entrees are included, but your third and fourths are going to cost you $5 each, or if you order more. But I don't know how people would have more than 4 main courses. But yeah, it's just very interesting that they're adding charges to this, because on like Wonder of the Seas, if you watched our review, we had 5 main. Well, technically we did have 5 main courses between us, but the 2.5 each. So yeah, that would have cost us $10. So it is quite interesting that Carnival are doing that in their main dining rooms. So yeah, there's a few changes from the cruise lines. MSC's brand new ship, MSC Seascape, docked in Cadiz for the first time this week before it heads across the Atlantic to the USA and New York to have its naming ceremony at the Manhattan Cruise Terminal. They're having it in New York. This is the first time MSC will have a naming ceremony in America. This is due to them committing ships to the North America in the future. So this week in my cruise ship memorabilia collection, I'm going to be showing this. Now, however long you've been following the channel or watching my videos, this was the first thing I showed in one of my cruise news, is that I showed memorabilia. So this is probably the nicest thing I have in my collection, and like I would say one of the rarest apart from the Royal Caribbean Monopoly, because yeah, it's from Symphony of the Seas, and only travel agents could pick it up. It was just given out to people because it was on Symphony of the Seas. It had so many new restaurants, so that was weird. So it says the new sound of Savoy. So if you open it up, it has a nice card in here. It says the same thing there, Symphony of the Seas, and then it says Symphony of the Seas is here, and so is your client's most flavorful adventure yet. To give you a taste of what's in store, find enclosed treats from each new dining venue on board. Sugar Beach, a sweet tooth, Playmakers, sports bar and arcade, which again I always say I think it's the best thing they've come up with in years on Royal Caribbean. A beer mug to celebrate game day victories. Our Loco Fresh, a bottle of hot sauce for extra thick kick, and Hook Seafood, an apron is the perfect accessory for any chef. That's what it says there. So yeah, we will show the apron first. This was right way. That's with tangles. There we go. So this is Hook Seafood Symphony. This was one of the reasons I bought this. Yeah, Hook Seafood. I've never even ate there yet. Annoys me. I was meant to eat there on Wonder. We've got to say it in the review. But we booked today that apparently they weren't open, so we didn't get to go. I still don't know if I got a refund yet, but probably did. Then you have Sugar Beach, a lollipop. Lollipop. Then you have Our Loco Fresh, hot sauce. And then on the side, it says Symphony of the Seas, made exclusively for Royal Caribbean. So this is exclusive hot sauce you could only ever get on Royal Caribbean. I wonder how extra spicy it is, but I'm never going to open it. Does it actually say? hot sauce. Exact flavour of hot sauce may differ on board Symphony of the Seas. That's really cool though. And then the last thing is Playmakers Sports Bar and Arcade, and it is the beer mug. It's plastic, it's not glass. But yeah, it's just I saw it on eBay and I thought it was a really cool thing to pick up. So yeah, I got all these little treats that says Symphony of the Seas. I did go on Symphony of the Seas inaugural season, but this came out in the US. So yeah, this is a really interesting little box. And I haven't seen many of them around at all in eBay. There's only one that I saw. I think it was like £60 plus like £30 delivery. Obviously it had to come from America. So yeah, this was a really interesting little find. Royal Caribbean this week celebrated 30 years of Save the Waves. Save the Waves is Royal Caribbean's first ever environmental project to help sustain and save the waves. So yeah, it's been 30 years of them doing it, and if you've ever been on a Royal Caribbean ship, it's dived like, all over the place, like don't throw anything in the ocean, save the waves. So yeah, they've been doing it for 30 years, and now it's gone to like the net zero, and they've just brought out a cruise terminal that doesn't use any energy, only energy they make themselves. So from where it began 30 years ago, they've made lots of and like all the scrubbers on board, they've put on all the ships. So they've done a lot to save the air and also the ocean. So yeah, that's really good from Royal Caribbean celebrating 30 years of Save the Waves. Brazil are going to have the biggest cruise season of the decade that they've ever had, with 8 ships going from Brazil, with the likes of MSC Seaview, MSC Seashore, and lots of Costa and more MSC ships, which is just really good for them that there's lots of cruises going from there. And yeah, it's a good commitment from Costa and MSC to send lots of ships there. So let's hope they have a really good season and they will be back in a year or so's time. That is all the news I've got for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel. It's very much appreciated and it really does help me out. I'm also on Instagram and on TikTok, so link will be in the description below to follow me on those social media platforms. Thank you for watching. It's been Shipface here, and I will see you guys in the next video.